everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are on my island Honeybee and we're going to be building the area to the right side of resident services. So originally I was thinking of maybe putting a few fake buildings here to the right side, and then I ended up changing my mind and moving the museum here instead. Now, I was going to keep it a secret, but I've probably put it in the thumbnail to be honest, so I might as well just talk about it. But as always, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Come and join the Jellybean family. Now let's get started with today's museum build. So as you can see here, we're just placing this lovely sidewalk code that, well, I've been using it as sidewalk, and we're just placing that along here, and then we're kind of making like a little right angle section. I'm going to do a middle area that's decorated with like trees and stuff. I mean, it's probably easier if we just wait till I get to that part rather than me trying to explain it, because I don't know how to explain stuff sometimes and it comes out wrong and then I'm like, oh, I don't know what I'm talking about. So yeah, we'll just kind of wait for that bit. Okay, just quickly before we get to it, there is a part in this video where you noticeably see that I've changed days, and that's just because I had to go and upgrade the museum. I still have Blathers in his tent, so I had to go do some fishing, some bug catching, some fossil digging, so that I was able to move his building, because if you didn't know, if you still have Blathers in the tent, you can't actually move him. So yeah, I needed to do that. But anyway, that's explained. Let's talk about what I'm actually doing currently. So this is a 3x4 bit of terraforming, and we are just going to make a cute little cottage building here just right next to resident services. I think it'd be kind of cute. I have some simple panels customized with these cute adorable window pattern on. I'm also going to be doing a second layer to this up here on the top. So I'm just placing down some wood code so it looks like it's the roof to this building, because I don't want it to be plain grass. I always do this with my buildings when I make them. And then we're basically going to put a clothesline up here and a barrel, some more simple panels with some different window patterns on, and I think these are so adorable. They're so beautiful, so well made. And then we're going to pop some storefronts here, but they're going to be facing the other way, so it looks like the roof is slanting downwards towards the back. After we've done this, I'm just going to pop another simple panel here with the door code on, and then I'm going to use a wooden storage shed, turn it around to make it look like it's like a little archway over the door, I guess that's what you call it, or like a little roof. And then we just pop down another storefront facing towards the resident services just to complete the building. I will be doing the right side of this building as well in just a little bit, but like I said, originally I wasn't going to put the museum next to this fake building, but I ended up doing so that's why we'll just go back and do it in a sec. Now here is that middle part I was trying to explain in the beginning of the video. So this is just going to be a long area where I'm going to have some benches and some trees and shrubbery and things like that, just to make it look like a pretty centerpiece, I guess. And we're also going to continue the road going up either side of it. By the way, any of the codes that I'm using in today's video can be found listed in the description down below. You'll find the MAs down there, along with some of the socials of the creators that I could find. So yeah, if you want to use any of these on your island, you'll find everything you need just down in the description. Now over here, we just added another storefront like I said I would, and I've also needed something to fill this big gap here, so I decided to choose the castle tower. With the castle tower, I will be adding castle walls, and this will be going right behind the museum. The awkward corner there that we had on the fake building, we're just going to cover that up with a tree, because, you know, that's the best way to cover those awkward bits up. And look, you can't even tell now. You can't even tell that there's a weird little gap, so it's perfect. Now we're just extending the hedge over here and the stone fencing. I don't go right along with this because I actually want to build something in this smallish gap that leads onto the beach in a later video or something like that. I don't know. I will come up with some sort of idea, I'm sure, to fill that area. So now that we've placed all those pieces down, I want to add a tree into that middle section so it looks all pretty. We'll be adding some more trees as well as we go along. And I just want to plan out how big the museum is and how it will fit into this section. So the museum is actually 7x4, so 7 wide, 4 long. So we're just going to plot that out with just some normal dirt pathing so I know where it's going to go and where it will fit. Once we've done that, I'll continue to pop the sidewalk around the edging and continuing with this middle section. So now I know how big I can actually make this area. I wanted everything to be kind of symmetrical in a way, so that's why I waited to finish this bit off until I'd actually placed the museum markers down. By the way, there is my brand new love, Beardo, in the background. I don't know what it is about that bear. Look at him, he's adorable. Oh my gosh, why do people hate him? He's so cute. I'm actually thinking about keeping him. You know, we need Beardo the weirdo on our island, and I think he's just so sweet. And he's so peaceful as well. He just goes about his day reading books, sitting down somewhere else reading another book. He's just so sweet, and he doesn't get in any fights or bother me or sing too much like some of the other villagers. So yeah, I think I've convinced myself that I am going to keep him instead of some of the other villagers I've chosen. If anyone is new here, I do collect amiibo cards, so I just basically scan the villager card in that that I want to move to this island, and then I can just have them. It's so much easier than having to villager hunt. I really am not keen on villager hunting. I've done so many before, and I feel like it just takes so long, and I get bored so quickly. The way I prefer to play this game is I just like building. Building is my thing, and the fact that I can just scan the amiibo cards of the villagers in that I like is so much easier for me. Now, I have decided already on 10 villagers for this island, so I am gonna have to sacrifice one just so I can have my lovely Beardo, because I just have to have him. I can't let him go. Look at him, he's so cute. He's running after that dragonfly. Oh my goodness. You know what? I think he's slowly creeping into my top 10 villagers of all time. I really think he's sweet. Anyway, back to what we're actually building. We're just finishing off some road pieces here. I'm not too sure where I want the road to go from here, so I'm probably not going to go much further with it. So yeah, we'll just leave it there for now. By the way, you will also notice that I've made a start on the lake behind when we do a little bit of time traveling in a second, because I'm going to be placing the museum any moment now. Now, I decided to start on the lake because it's going to take me such a long time to actually build it, so I had to start sooner rather than later. Now, I know a few of you want to know how big the lake's going to be, and what sort of shape I'm going to do, and how I'm going to make it look more natural, and what I'm going to be decorating on top of the actual lake, so like the little land pieces. And don't worry too much, I will be going over that in a different video. I feel like I'll put that in a video where I start to decorate, you know, actually on the lake, and we'll talk about the sizing and how I managed to come up with the shape and things like that. So yeah, don't worry too much. It's just I need to get the main part of the lake built, so you know, basically the water part, the main water part, and then we can just go from there. I'm not too sure when I'll do that actual video, but it should be pretty soon, I'm sure. Now here we've just popped down some bushes, and we've also put some plant partitions here. Also placed down some garden benches, which is actually a DIY, and I'll be putting 2 more of these on the other side as well. The fencing that I've just placed down is the safety railing, and this is so cute because it doesn't actually take up a whole square. It only takes up half squares, but it does take over 2, if that makes sense. So it's just the perfect smaller item to go in those gaps. I've done those on the other side as well, so everything's symmetrical. And there we go, we're placing down those garden benches now. By these front 2 benches, I'm just going to place 2 Turkey Garden Day stands. That came out wrong. 2 Turkey Day garden stands. There we go, we tried again. And we'll just put some Honeybee models on top, and I think it looks so beautiful. Back here, we're just going to place these castle walls down before we actually time travel and have that museum built in place. It just makes life easier to build behind it when you can actually see behind it, rather than a big museum building being stuck in the way. So now that that's done, we can just quickly go back over here, place some street lamps down. We're going to place one this side and one the other side. We're sticking with still the normal street lamps that we got before we even had the 2.0 update. And now we can actually time travel and get that museum built so we can build around it properly. And there we go, it is built, so let's do some building around there, but first get rid of that stick. So I've decided to go with the round topiaries either side. You know, I've done this before and I really like how it looks, so I'm going to be doing it again, but obviously change it up a little bit. I did pop these cypress plants down, but I end up changing those to actually the triangular topiary because they just look so much better and tidier. We've put the rope partition in front and we customized that one in white. I'll be putting 2 either side, but for now we're just going to pop down 1 because it just makes it easier to decorate around this area when there's less there. Down either side of the museum, I'm going to be placing some flower beds, and they're in this red brick coloration. I can't remember what it's actually called, but yeah, we're just going to push this one right in there. Now we're going to put another 2 the other side so that it matches quite nicely. And I feel like this just adds a nice amount of colour and adds some flowers to this area because it definitely needs something down the sides of the building. Once we have finished placing the flower beds, I'm then going to pop down some triangular topiaries, replacing those cypress plants just like I said I would. I'll be placing some decorative pillars next to the triangular topiaries a little bit later on, probably in a second actually. I don't remember how I filmed these most of the time. And now I just needed to extend the pathway here a little bit because otherwise it will look a bit silly if the castle wall is on top of the road. So yeah, we had to change that ever so slightly. Here we go with the decorative pillars. They look so nice and they just add a more grand vibe to this museum, I feel. Well, that's what I'm getting from it anyway, and also Dale thinks so, bless him. I've customized a poster stand there to have a custom made poster for the museum. I just found this poster by looking up museum in the design portal at Able Sisters, and I found this cute poster, but I will put the MA down below, so if you want to use this poster on your island as well, you can. Now back over towards the cottage building that we built, and I've used these covered counters in front of the windows to give it that more cottage vibe, and I think it looks so pretty. We have a succulent plant and mum candles on the left side, and the potted starter plants plants on the right, and I think they just look so lovely. It definitely gives me cottagecore vibes. I thought, you know what, I'm going to customize a little paper bag and stick the museum poster on there so it looks like someone's bought some goodies from the museum shop. I really wish we had a museum shop, maybe Celeste running it or something. I think that'd be such a cute idea, but you know, we're not going to get any more updates for this game, so we can just hope that it will be in the next one. I would love for them to announce a new game this year. I think it'd be so amazing. I think the community would go absolutely crazy. I would just love to cover a new game, you know, from the start, cover everything about it, how it works, and flowers and all the mechanisms and everything like that. I don't know, I'd find that so fun and so fascinating. And yeah, hopefully I get to do that one day real soon. Well, when they announce a new Animal Crossing, that is. Or with a different game. Now over here next to the little cottage, we've got a little space. So we've popped down a natural square table, natural garden chair, and I've just popped a bag of veggies on top, so a grocery bag, just to complete that little section. The last finishing touches next to the museum are this hedge fencing, a little fortune cookie stand, and we are done, so let's have a look around. So there we have it, we finished our second build on my brand new island, Honeybee, and I'm so happy with how this museum area came out, and I feel like I haven't really done anything as detailed like this before, so it was quite nice to build this area today. Now if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Come and join the Jellybean family. Have a lovely day my friends, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye!